So we need to people to understand that it's part of your address.
Once they use these postcodes, your mail will be delivered.
But I believe that with the introduction of postcodes, you, our customers, will be very satisfied.
In our last feature, we provided you with a historical perspective of the General Post Office and explained how its processes and service delivery have evolved since 1860, the year which marked the inauguration of local control of the Post Office to St. Lucia, with the island's first postage stamp being issued on 18th December of that year. This time around, we present you with some more history in the making, as the General Post Office seeks to establish postal codes or zip codes for St. Lucia. This will see a shift from the process of manual sorting to a more efficient method of organizing and distributing mail.
The system is the same manual system which has been used for ages, whereby the address, use the address to sort. The address comes with the name, the post office and the area. And we sort according to post office, and then gets a bit more granular where we might have to do by name or by area. Well, there are many issues because first of all, you may have two persons with the same name using the same post office. So example, you have a utility bill coming on, Bill Joseph, two people called Bill Joseph. When it comes, you don't know who to give that bill to. You may also have the issues of mail going to the wrong post office because you may have an area, you may choose, the address may just have an area, not a post office. And on sorting, we would sort according to the area and send it to the nearest post office. However, that person may not want to have their mail directed to that post office. So it has the disadvantages of us deciding where the mail goes.
A number of areas on our island, we have no house numbers or street delivery, and this inhibits our ability to deliver mail to everyone in a specific time.
It is anticipated that this new process will help eliminate some of the challenges associated with mail delivery at present.
Oh yes, it's definitely a cost to us because sometimes mail goes out to the wrong post office and may have to come back to us. So you call the same labor to resort and transport it back to the correct area. And you also have the inconvenience to customers who are not sure which post office to find their mail, at which post office they should go. So they might be a bit irate, wondering where exactly. But it all comes down to the correct addressing.
So with the introduction of postcodes, what that does is enable us to get almost exactly to your location. With the postcode, we will be able to tell exactly what post office is nearest to you, and we make sure that your mail will be delivered to you.
While the idea of postal codes is a relatively new phenomenon to St. Lucians, this is the norm rather than the exception worldwide, and St. Lucia's Postal Service regards the implementation of zip codes as a means of ensuring that it continues to remain relevant in an ever-changing world of digital communication.
People say the post office is irrelevant, but as people stop sending letters, people order more stuff from overseas and we have more bulk packages coming. You can't send any bulk package through electronic mail. And this is where we become important. And again, as I say, with this introduction, it ensures that we get the mail to you.
But how exactly will postal codes be undertaken in the St. Lucian context?
A postal code, or a zip code as called in the USA, is basically an identifier for a delivery point or a collection of delivery points. To develop a postal code, postal administrations usually use the current administrative divisions. So example, in St. Lucia, the current electoral divisions have been used as our administrative divisions.
You live in Rodney Bay, Grosley. If that person just comes to visit once and goes back overseas and you tell them, I live in Rodney Bay, Grosley, they go back and they write so-and-so person, Grosley, living out the Rodney Bay. But with the postal code, even if you leave out one part of the address, the postal code will be able to tell us exactly in what area that mail is going to. Okay? And this is one of the main reasons why we cannot deliver the mail sometimes, because the addresses are not complete. But that postal code now will take away all these problems.
What are some of the basic features associated with postal codes, and how will its introduction affect the end consumer?
For St. Lucia, we've decided on an alphanumeric postcode for St. Lucia, and the coding method is a country code, which will have the two letters LC, the administrative division, which is the electoral divisions, post office or the postal zone, and the area served. The country code, LC, this code is taken from the ISO code for St. Lucia, which already is in existence. So we have Grosley starting at 1 all the way to Dennery North, which is 17. For example, we already know that the first part of our postcode is established. So Grosley is LC01, Labrie LC11, Miku North LC15, and if another division comes up, since we have 17 at the moment, the next division will probably be LC18, LC19. There is room for development. So examples of delivery points. Let's look at within Grosley, and we can see that we have 6 delivery points. That is the Grosley Post Office, Grand Riviere Post Office, Moshi Post Office, Rodney Bay Post Office, Marisol Post Office, and Baywalk, where we have some independent private letterboxes. So for example, the first part of the postcode for somebody who's going to get their mail from Marisol Post Office is LC01. Again, LC is St. Lucia, 01 is Grosley, and 5 is for Marisol Post Office. Baywalk, LC01, the 6 stands for Baywalk. Bocage Post Office, LC, the 05 is for Castries East, and 1 is for Bocage Post Office. The final part of the code constitutes the main areas served by the post office. For example, Marisol Post Office serves 7 areas. A number is assigned for each area starting at 01. So for example, we know Marisol is in Grosley, so LC Grosley, 01 is for Grosley, 5 is for Marisol Post Office, and then we broke down that into Marisol, Montgiro, Bois-de-Wage, Chalkbridge, Corinth, Flabelot, Iswin, starting from 01. Again, if a new development, a new area in Marisol comes up, we could add on as 08. So for example, if I live in Marisol and I want to collect my mail at the Marisol Post Office, my postcode would be LC01 501. But somebody who picks up the mail from Marisol Post Office but who lives at Corinth, their postcode would be LC01 505.
Having demonstrated how this will be carried out, what then is the relevance of utilizing postal codes aside from time and cost savings advantages to both consumers and the General Post Office?
Governments can also use postal codes to their advantage because the information can be used to keep data records for persons in different postcodes, different areas. Businesses can also use postcodes to target different areas for their marketing purposes. One of the key things for the postcode, however, is the e-commerce, and I think most people shopping online would note that they usually require a postcode. And we also hoping that having our own postcode for different areas in St. Lucia will assist in driving the e-commerce for St. Lucians.
Ideally, the postal codes, once implemented, will allow for the delivery of mail in a quicker and more efficient manner.
Having a postcode will facilitate both manual handling and machine handling of mail. Currently, we do manual handling, manual sorting. However, when we do get to machine handling in the future, that would be a plus for us.
Given the numerous unplanned developments, squatter settlements, and St. Lucia's general landscape, it is not likely that the General Post Office will provide individuals or households with a designated code.
But it would come down to the area. And of course that will minimize the issues of the past because it's really highly unlikely you get maybe 3 John Henrys, all of Casaba. Okay, so I believe it will definitely assist us in our efficiency, help us get our mail to people more quickly.
The rationale behind having postal codes isn't just to ensure greater efficiency from the local postal service. It is also necessary to standardize addresses in St. Lucia as recommended by the Universal Postal Union. This new regulation will actually minimize the incidence of loss of mail bound for St. Lucia.
That LC, which is St. Lucia's code, would help identify us and would also be used by the other mail operators to know that that mail is for St. Lucia in the West Indies, because we do have issues of our mail for St. Lucia going to St. Lucia in Australia, going to Port St. Lucie in Miami, and Santa Lucia in Italy. If you want to say St. Lucia, it goes to any of these places. So a postcode LC is St. Lucia, is unique to St. Lucia.
It is also anticipated that this move will help raise the profile of St. Lucia's postal service.
First of all, we will be added to the Universal Postal Union database of postal codes. So all our codes will be there, and anywhere in the world somebody could get into that database and find out a postcode for a certain area. It will also raise our standards, because if we have been more efficient at delivering all those small packets and parcels and letters that France, UK, USA are sending to us, definitely will make us look even better that our mail has been delivered and we have less what we call rebuts, undelivered mail.
Lately, we have had the issue of persons not getting their items because they did not know how it was addressed or it was wrongly addressed. However, with the introduction of postcodes, this will reduce on the number of packages that are undelivered.
The General Post Office will soon conduct a pilot for this project, the results of which will feed into its public awareness and sensitization campaign. This will afford customers the opportunity to learn more about postal codes, how they are defined, their benefits, and how to make effective use of them.
They could go to our website, check out the postcode for this area, because we have equipped the website with such information, and so this will enable us as a postal service to satisfy you, our customers.
But don't think that you can opt out of having one, because not making use of the designated postal code for your respective area will result in your mail or packages being returned to sender. As a result, the folks at the General Post Office are encouraging you to get familiar with local postal codes.
So we need to people to understand that it's part of your address.
Once they use these postcodes, your mail will be delivered.
But I believe that with the introduction of postcodes, you, our customers, will be very satisfied.